welcome to Rain Shadow Reads. I hope that you're having an amazing day. You know, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm somewhat emotional right now. I had a moment. I had a moment. And, I feel like right now there's a need to, to release. That we need to release, like, limiting beliefs. Um, there's like this things have been built up. I think it is time for everybody to really to do a release, to like cleanse, do an inner cleansing. Maybe that's crying, like me. Like I cried right now. I just and it's like for no reason. It just kind of like I was starting to feel. I was just starting to question things, question what I was doing, question if it was the right thing. Like something we all do. We start to question because, and then, I drew a card and I was asking, what message you have for me? And the card that came up was exactly what I need to hear. And it just made me cry. Like I started crying just because it's exactly what I need to hear, to move forward. It's just, Holy Spirit's telling me, move forward. It's okay to be afraid, but go ahead, go forward anyway. Don't let that stop you. Let go of what beliefs or other people's beliefs or your own beliefs that limit you. And that's what I was told right now. And that's like, it's so true, because that's like really what it is. It's just like I have these, these doubts that are, a product of hearing other people and their opinions, what they think is right or wrong, or what. It's just like the idea that I have in my head about, like, maybe am I wrong? Is this the right thing? Like, am I crossing a line somewhere? It's like all these questions, and then it's just like this doubt. Sometimes it just something will get to you, and it's important that we do regular. We take regular inventory, like do regular reflection, and to be able to cleanse, so we don't let something take, form a root, and let it ultimately stop us. Anyway, let's see what I just want to draw an oracle card just to see what the energy is about today. See what reading we have, what comes up in the reading today. I still have this. I'm supposed to do a reading right now. I wanted to, because I haven't posted a video for a few days. I did one, and I just need to edit because I got interrupted so many times, and so I need to like really go through it and edit it and put it together. And I just haven't taken the time to do that. But it was insane. Like, my chair broke. My kids were, like, throwing dirt at each other. It was just, like, one thing after another. So it took, like, all day to do that reading. And I was really excited when I first started the reading. I was really excited, and I was all like, okay, cool, But then it was, like, one thing after another. But it was okay. It was a pick a card reading. So it was in sections anyway. So that was good. Like, I didn't, it wasn't, like, some huge interruption in the middle of, like, a channeling or anything like that. It was just, like, kind of like mini breaks that I got, I guess we could call it. In the middle of the reading. Okay, so let's see what Holy Spirit, can you tell us what the energy is today? What's the energy about this reading today? What do you got for us today, Holy Spirit? What do you got for us? What message do you have for us, Holy Spirit? Please give us a message. Give us a message, Holy Spirit. What message do you have for the viewers today? What message do you have for the viewers today, Holy Spirit? What message? Oh, there we go. Thank you. I was thinking, man, what? Crossing bridges. Okay. It's time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. See, releasing, just what I was talking about. And I love when I get that confirmation afterwards. It's time to take that next step, cross that bridge, It's time to release whatever's holding you back, whatever's keeping you from moving forward. It's time to let that go so that we can move forward. Right now it's like, it's crazy. There's all these changes that are going on. Businesses are closed. People are losing their job. And it's like a huge time to really like take a second and to reflect on what we're doing with our lives. Where are we going with our life? Is this what we want? What can I change? What changes need to be made? Like, what's keeping me from, being happy or really like fulfilling what you feel you're meant to fulfill, and a lot of times we don't even know what that is, and that's where it gets hard. It's finding, okay, well, what am I meant to do? What's the right thing for me? But it's like, it's important to move forward, even if we don't know the way. Move forward, cross the bridge, take that next step is just what I'm getting. I'm just hearing, take that next step. read this card and see what it says, okay? Crossing bridges. It's time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. Crossing bridges is a way to let go of the past and bring a new cycle in life. A heartfelt change is ahead. It's time for healing old wounds with people and situations. It's time to forgive and let go of the past. Do whatever you need to do to make amends, and then let it all go. If there's anything unresolved in your life, take steps to restore and reconcile. You may even need to burn your bridges behind you. Heal the rifts within yourself. Help others traverse bridges in their lives. The sacred traveler wants you to know. When the traveler crosses a bridge, a new land awaits on the other side. You are ready to cross a bridge or bridge a gap in your life. There are times to step away from certain people and situations. There are also times to carefully mend bridges with people, situations, and places, and then go forward. This is one of those powerful healing times to choose. Maybe there is a wound inside of you that needs to be forgiven or accepted. Transform the inner grievance. Forgive. Let it go. Do it now. You no longer need to carry it with you. Perhaps there's a person from your past with whom you should reconnect or release completely. You know what you need to do. This is the time to do it. So there's, a call to do what's right, to do what we're being called. There's I know, and generally what's going to come to mind is the thing that you've been kind of on the fence about. What have you felt, what have you been feeling that you're pushed to do lately? It's those things. It's the things that you have that, like, kind of that stirring within you about. And it's like, okay, you can kind of see it in the new future. Take that step. Do whatever's in your way to, whatever's blocking you, whatever obstacle you have, be it a person, being, a wound that needs to be healed. Maybe just making, righting a wrong, making amends with someone so that you can move forward. Because if that's what's holding you back, then, and you're feeling, this is what I need to do, then do it. Take action on that. It's the time is now. It's saying, now it's time to do this. You need to do, we need to release whatever it is so that we can move forward and move forward with courage, trust in God, trust that what you're doing is right, that that, and then, that's what it is. It's like, we trust God. We don't know what's next. We don't know what this is going to lead to. We don't know. But that's why trust is required. That's why we're trusting in Him. Because we don't know, but we trust that it's going to be good. We trust that this is what He wants for us. We trust that this is the right way. And if it's not, but our heart is in the right place, He'll correct us. We'll get the message. It's not going to be the end of the world. Okay, so let's see what comes up in the reading today. Okay. I have music on in the background, and I'll put, if you like it, I'll put the link. I mean, you can find it. I'm going to put the link in the description box below. And you can click on it just to get this. I think it's really soothing. And kind of like, it sets the tone also, for the releasing. Kind of a healing energy. Hey, Holy Spirit, can you give us a message of truth, Holy Spirit? Can you help me to interpret this message, Father? I trust you. Message you have for us today. Just what you need to hear. So I finally went to go buy those, those fake nails at the store. And they were, like, almost all gone. Like, I went to the store and, like, there's 2 boxes that normally full. They had, like, 3 left only. Luckily, I found some that were hanging up, and I got these. It was just like, man, I need to do something with my nails. And with the salons, all that, the salons are closed. I don't know about where you guys live, but it's like, a lot of things are closed. We're not, the things that we took for granted, are now, it's like, okay, that's no longer an option. It takes, and that kind of helps, really, because we take advantage of things, when we don't, it just becomes part of, like, how things always are. We don't realize what it might be like without those things, to realize, okay, you know what, I am lucky. I'm lucky that I even have this. There's people that live in places they don't have, getting their nails done isn't a thing. Getting their hair done, that's not even part of the, that doesn't even cross their mind. They got other things to worry about. They got to worry about getting clean water. We are so blessed, and in so many ways, and a lot of times we just don't even realize it. We don't take the time to realize, what our lifestyle is like, and what a blessing it is to have this. You know, we're worried about, we're crying over other things. We're worried about things that, you know, honestly, if we would just focus on what we have, you know, and realize that we are, you know, we are so blessed. There's so much in our lives that we can be thankful for. And even the bad things, you know, a lot of things, it's like, yeah, we might go through terrible things, you know, a lot of us have. You know, we're still here, we survived, we know. It, like, that shows us what we're made of and what we can go through. Like, we know that we're not, something can come and I'm gonna be all right. Like, I know, at the end of the day, I know I'll be all right. I don't know what's gonna happen, I don't know how it's gonna, you know, where I'm gonna end up, but I know that at the end of the day, I'll be okay. And you know what it takes? Sometimes it's like that, even if that's just a takeaway, knowing that I can make it and I'll be okay, you know, that's something that's like, that's strength. That's like knowing that you're over it, you know, that's a blessing. That alone is a blessing. It's like, okay, whatever it took me, you know, like, I can't change any of that, but I can be thankful for what it taught me. Okay, anyway. Sorry. You know, off track here. Let's see. Holy Spirit, what message do you have for us today? Holy Spirit, what message is there for us today? What's the message today, Lord? A card flipped right here. There we go. Okay, we got this. This is the first time this card came out in this deck for me. This card's never come out. That's interesting. Like, you don't realize until you see it, you know. I don't realize I've never gotten that card in a reading before until right now. Okay. So, what I'm getting is a situation where I think that there was cheating, that there was lying, that somebody was, you know, not honest in their relationship. You know, I think somebody was done wrong. I think, you know, well, I'm going to speak to the viewer. Like, I think you were done wrong in a relationship. Or, you know, or possibly it could be the other way around. Like, or you're the one that did wrong, that you did somebody wrong, and that, you know, that this is something this is what your block is. You're being held back because of this. You can't seem to let this go. Or you don't forgive yourself, or you can't forgive the other person. And there's a need to release it. There's a need to release it so that you can move forward. So you can, you know, it's time for you to take action, but you need to release this first. Let's hear what else can you show us more about the situation? Whoa. You know, what I'm getting right now, this is a strange message to get, but I'm just kind of getting, like, where I think that somebody is comparing their life to other people's lives. Like, your relationship to someone else's relationship. And that, so you feel like, you know, whatever somebody's offering you isn't good enough. Because you're looking at other people's situations. You know, you're looking at other ones, you know, everybody, you know, and that's, you know, honestly, we can look at other people's lives, but all you're really going to see is the good. Because people don't talk about it, you know, generally people aren't showing everything that's not so good about their life, you know. Because it doesn't matter where you go, there's going to be issues. There's going to be something you don't like. Nobody is going to be perfect. There's going to be something that, you know, they're not doing, or something that, you know, it's just like, and that's with everyone. It doesn't matter how, you know, if the person's like, you might get somebody that's like, oh, you know, when you're in one relationship, they didn't pay attention to you. You know, they never paid any attention to you. And, you know, your next relationship, this person pays so much attention to you. And they're, like, all over, you know. But now you have another problem, you know. Maybe this, not you feel smothered now. You know, you feel like, dang, like, you just need to break that. You feel like he's controlling you. He's trying to control you because he always wants to be there. Like, you can't have a life that, you know, you don't have any time with your friends anymore. And you feel controlled, you know. And before, it's like you just wanted some attention. And now you feel controlled. You know, so it's like, it would be great if somebody just knew what to do all the time, you know, but they don't. And it doesn't matter. You can look at someone else's relationship, but there's something in that relationship that isn't perfect. And this is just what you see, you know. But if you're going to say, oh, this isn't good enough because it doesn't look like what somebody else has, you know, you're never going to have what someone else has. That's them. That's what they have. You're going to have to do with what you have, with what's offered to you. And if you don't want it, if it's not good enough, fine. But, you know, don't be in a relationship with someone who you feel isn't good enough for you. That's not fair to them. It is not fair to them. You know, I think there's a need to release this idea of what something should look like, you know, what something's supposed to be, and just, you know, let things flow. Let things flow. Move forward with what you have, and to see and actually see where it goes. Maybe, you know, yeah, maybe somebody has this great relationship and it seems, you know, but we don't know what it took to get there. You know, a good relationship doesn't come easy. You know, that's like, yeah, there are be some cases where, you know, they're just best friends, but there's also, you know, there's going to be things that they argue about. You know, there's going to be things. You know, there's going to be hurt. That's part of it, being in a relationship. You're going to be hurt. Holy Spirit, can you tell us more about this? What else do you have for me? What else do you have about this situation? Whoa, okay, that was way too many cards here. If you take, okay, this is what I'm getting. If you take action, you know, if you take action about what we were talking about, it's all, you know, what we were talking about was, oh, okay, put this Ace of Pentacles too. On deck, the Hierophant. So we have bottom of the deck is a Hierophant. You know, this all comes down to doing what's right, doing what you feel is right, doing what you're called to do, taking action, and to doing what, you know, releasing what you need to release, be it ideas, be it beliefs, be it, you know, doubt, be it fear, be it whatever that's limiting you. It's time to release that and to take action in your life. Take action. So do this, you know, whatever this is that you need to let go of. You know, whatever's not good enough for you, whatever's stopping you, whatever you're unable to forgive, you know, let it go. It's in the past. If you can't forgive, then you need to move on without that person. Because it's not fair to be with someone if you're always rejecting them because you're angry over the past. That's not fair. You know, it's not fair to somebody who's trying to prove themselves to someone, you know, if they're never going to be good enough anymore. You know, it's time to take responsibility for your actions, regardless of whatever might happen. You know, whatever the consequence, you know, you need to take responsibility for your actions, and that might be a message that somebody don't want to hear. You know, that just might be, but that's the truth, and that's the best thing for you. You know, we want to have a good life and everything, but we got to do the work to have it. You know, we got to do what's right. We got to follow those promptings. We have to listen to what, you know, Spirit tells us. You know, we have to pray to God and ask for forgiveness. Ask for direction. We need to ask. Where it's not going to be handed to us just because, oh, we have a need and somebody's going to, you know, no. You need to ask. If you need help, ask for it. Let go of the pride. You know, I think once this is done, moving forward, then your cup will be overflowing. Your cup will be, you won't have an empty cup no more. It won't look good enough to you no more. All these cups won't be good enough for you anymore. Because yours is overflowing. You won't need someone else's cup. It won't need to look like someone else's story, someone else's life. Because yours is good enough for you now. But you need to move forward. And you'll have that. You'll have, you know, we have Ace of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. So not even, you know, we got emotionally and, you know, materialistically. You know. But it all comes down to doing what you're being called to do. Take action now. You know, take action. Let go of the, even if this is you, you know, in this kind of energy, let go of that. You know, it's time to step up. Cross that bridge into a better life, to being better, to doing better. You know, walk away from your old ways. You know, those things aren't going to get you a life worth having. You know, you're not going to be fulfilled. You're not going to be satisfied. You're going to be numb. Because you want to ignore everything that you know is screaming at you on the inside, knowing that this isn't right, Actually, you know, and you have to be numb to go on doing that like that. I know, I'm aware, you know, we've all done things that we're not proud of. You know, and you have to, it's like, forgive yourself for it. You know, this message, I mean, I think I'm just speaking, you know, as a collective, because this is so many messages in one, you know, so many situations, because we all have something going on in our life. But it's time for us to take action. It's time for us to get rid of this block, you know, or just to move through it. You know what? Not let that be a block anymore. Do what's right. Do what's right. Do what's fair. Yeah. Okay, well, I hope this helped. You guys, this was a quick reading. Please take care. I will see you soon. Like, okay, I'm going to put the information in the description box. You know, just like, subscribe, comment. Let me know if this resonated, you guys. And yeah, and I'll post another video soon.